Very good morning. Yeah, it is the second class on financial accounting. In my last lecture, I gave introduction of myself and even I gave introduction of this particular subject, where we had a brief discussion about syllabus in my previous video. As I told you people, there are 5 modules in financial accounting and it is one of the core subject where 80 marks are for theory exams and 20 marks are for internal assignment. Yeah. Today we'll start from first module or we'll begin with the syllabus. Before that, once again, I wish to tell you people that there are 5 modules. First module, it deals with basic accounting concepts. Second module, it deals with journal and ledger. Third module, it deals with final accounts. And fourth module, it deals with bank reconciliation statement and depreciation. And last module, it deals with computerized accounting system. In my last video on screen, you people will find the syllabus copy. Please write that syllabus in the beginning of the fair book. And I gave certain instruction to you people in my last class, that is, you people have to maintain separate fair book on financial accounting. Later you people should use calculators while solving problem. That is, there is a provision for using simple calculator. Further, you people should use all kind of stationery materials for drawing formats of accounts. Then further, I will send you people some question papers. You people need to take xerox of those question papers, because in class I am going to solve minimum 6 to 7 problems on each concept, and those problems will be from question paper. So these are certain instruction to you people. Please follow it. By that, accountancy subject will become very easy. Yeah. Let us begin with first module. First module, it is all about basic concepts of accounting. So today we'll discuss what is the meaning of accounting and further what are the objectives of accounting. Later we'll discuss what are the functions of accounting. What are the functions of accounting? Okay. Yes. Before that, I wish to introduce this particular subject. We'll have some introduction. This accounting, it is used as a language of business organizations. Like how we will use multiple languages in order to pass certain messages or in order to interact with the people. Like that, business organizations will use accounting as a language for providing some financial information to stakeholders, and it will provide such a information or it will communicate information in such a way which is going to serve the purpose of the stakeholders. Many people, they will be having interest in knowing the accounting information of the company, such as shareholders will be having interest with accounting information, management, employees, customers, and at the same time financial institutions that will provide financial assistance, and suppliers who will provide credit facility to company. These all people are known as stakeholders. They will be having very much interest in knowing the accounting information of the company. So every business organizations will use this accounting as a language for providing reliable and relevant information to these all stakeholders. And this accounting, it is a very wider concept, since we need to provide information in a systematic manner, and we need to provide reliable and relevant information. We need to follow certain procedures that are given by certain regulatory bodies and certain professional bodies like Institute of Chartered Accountant of India and Companies Act 1956, etc. So keep in mind that it is a very wider concept and it is a systematic process, and this particular process, or you can say this particular practice, that is accounting, it will be practiced only by professional people. That clerical people won't practice accounting. Only professional people like chartered accountants, cost accountants, they will practice accountancy. Yeah. So yeah, we'll proceed further with the main concept. Yeah, let's see what is the meaning of accounting. See here, as I told you people, it is a wider concept. It includes number of functions. We need to perform these all functions in a systematic manner. Then only we can provide reliable and relevant information to stakeholders. Suppose if we skip any of the functions of accounting, then we are not able to provide reliable and relevant accounting information to stakeholders. So as I told you people, it is a wider concept and it includes number of functions, such as it includes identifying, measuring, recording, summarizing, analyzing and interpreting, and communication of accounting transactions. So these are 7 important functions which we will find in the field of accounting, or you can say in the practice of accounting. Actually, the process of accounting, it begins with identifying, followed by measuring, later recording, later summarizing, analyzing and interpreting, and communicating. So there are 7 functions. We need to execute, or we need to practice these all 7 functions in sequence and in a systematic manner. By that, we can easily provide reliable and relevant information to stakeholders. As I told you people, the main intention behind practicing of accounting is communication of accounting information. So communicating, it is one of the function of accounting, and it is last function of accounting. See here, as I told you people, it is a language of business organization. It is used for communicating reliable and relevant information to stakeholders. Reliable and relevant information to stakeholders. So these are 7 important functions. Once again, I will recall these all 7 important functions. First one is identifying, second one is measuring, third one is recording, fourth one is summarizing, fifth one is analyzing, and fifth one is analyzing, sixth one is interpreting, and the last one is communication of accounting information. So if you performed these all 6 to 7 functions, then automatically it will leads to a systematic process of accounting. So you can see the actual meaning of accounting here. Accounting, it is a process of identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing and interpreting, and communication of financial information to users for taking the economic decision. The main purpose behind accounting is communicating information. That is, what kind of information we need to communicate? Reliable and relevant information we need to communicate. It becomes possible only when we will follow these all 7 functions in a systematic manner. So it is all about process of identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting, and communication of financial information to users for helping them to take some economic decision. Economic decisions like financing decision, investment decision, etc. Without information, we cannot take decision. Even if we took decision without collecting proper information, it may lead to irrational decision, meaning our decision may go wrong. So that is the reason companies usually they will provide reliable and relevant information to stakeholders. That information will help them to take some kind of rational decision like financing decision, investment decision, etc. Okay, yeah, it is about meaning of financial accounting. Further, the next aspect is, what are the objectives of financial accounting? Objectives are nothing but what is the intention behind practicing of this financial accounting? Why we need to practice as a company or as a account? Why we need to practice this financial accounting? So see here, the first objective is to ascertain the profit or loss of the business. As we all know that every business organizations, whether they are trading concerns or non-trading concerns, they will practice accounting, because every business would like to know their profitability or their loss. They wish to know whether they are earning profit or they are suffering from losses. That is the reason every companies will practice accounting. So the prime objective behind practicing of accounting is what? To ascertaining the profit or loss of the business. That is, to knowing whether we are making profit or we are suffering from losses. That is the first prime objective of accounting. And the second objective behind practicing of accounting is ascertaining the financial position of the business. Ascertaining the financial position of the business. What is this financial position? See here, financial position means we should see whether we are solvent or we are insolvent, or you can say whether business is solvent or it is insolvent. Now, how to understand that solvency and insolvency? See here, every businesses will be having their own assets and their own liabilities. Assets are nothing but properties, and liabilities are nothing but debts. Debts are nothing but loan, the money that we are taken from outsiders, which we need to repay. That one is called as what? That one is called as liability. So we should compare assets and liabilities. By that we'll get to know whether we are solvent or we are insolvent. As I told you people, here assets means our properties, liabilities means our debts. Liabilities means our debts. So we should compare assets and liabilities. By that we'll get to know the financial position of the business. If assets are more than liabilities, it indicates that firm is solvent. If assets are less than liabilities, then it indicates that firm is insolvent. Insolvent is not good for the business. If firm is insolvent, then it may not be able to repay its all the liabilities, because liabilities will be more than its assets. So, in order to ascertain financial position of the business, we need to practice accounting. What is the prime objective? Prime objective is determining or ascertaining the profit or loss of the business. Then the next objective is ascertaining the financial position of the business, whether firm is solvent or it is insolvent. Insolvency is also known as bankruptcy. You can take example of Kingfisher company. That Kingfisher company, it became a bankruptcy now. It is a insolvent company where it is not able to pay its all the debts. So in order to understand the financial position of the business, we need to practice accounting. Further, to know the sources of revenue and items of expenses. Business means there will be economic activities, like there will be lots of receipts and there will be lots of payments. There will be lots of cash inflows and there will be lots of cash outflows. So we need to understand their sources. In order to understand the sources of those revenues, that is nothing but income, and in order to understand the items of expenses, we need to practice accounting. This is the third objective. Then another basic objective behind practicing of accounting is communicating reliable and relevant information to users. What is this reliable? Reliable means which we can trust, and relevant means what? Which is useful. So to communicating reliable and relevant information to users for taking the economic decision, that is also one of the intention behind practicing of accounting. See here, that who will use company's information? Stakeholders will, I mean shareholders will use that information, customers will use that information, employees will use that information, government will use that information for collecting taxes. Like this, many people will use accounting information. So communicating reliable and relevant information to all the users, that is also one of the important objective behind practicing of accounting. Then next one is last one, that is to ensure the effective control over the performance of the business organization. Meaning, if we wish to have proper control over day-to-day activities of the business, we need to practice accounting. By that, we will get to know that what all necessary measures or actions we need to take in order to improve the performance of the business. For example, on day-to-day basis, if you are practicing accounting, then you will get to know about your sales, like whether they are in increasing trend or they are in decreasing trend. If they are in increasing trend, then it is well and good. Suppose if they are in decreasing trend, then we need to take some necessary measures in order to increase the sales of the company. You can take one more example, like cost of production. If you are practicing accountancy, then you will get to know about cost of production. If cost of production is constant, or if cost of production is in a decreasing trend, it is well and good, where company can earn sufficient amount of profit. Suppose if cost of production is increasing, then it is going to affect on profitability of the company. So in this kind of situation, we can take some necessary measures to reduce that cost of production. So these are 5 important objectives behind practicing of accounting. There may be one 2 mark question to you people, like state any 2 objectives of financial accounting, or they may ask this question for 5 marks, like explain the objectives behind financial accounting. Objectives of financial accounting, once again we'll recall. The prime objective is determining the profit or loss of the business. What is the second objective? Ascertaining the financial position of the business. Financial position means determining whether we are solvent or insolvent. Solvency means our assets are more than our liabilities. Insolvency means our assets are less than our liabilities. See here, if we are able to pay our liabilities, we are called as solvent. If we are not able to pay our liabilities, we are called as insolvent. Insolvency is also known as bankruptcy. It is a legal status. Okay. Then third one is to know the sources of revenue and items of expenses. The next one is communicating some reliable and relevant information to all the stakeholders. And last one, to having effective control over the performance of the business or day-to-day activities of the business, we need to practice this accounting. Okay. So these are 5 important objectives behind practicing of accounting. Yes. Now let us move to next aspect, that is what are the functions, what are the features, or what is the scope of accounting. Yeah, as I told you people in the beginning while discussing meaning of accounting, there are 7 important functions which we need to execute or which we need to perform in sequence in order to complete this accounting process in a systematic manner. Which are those 7 important functions? We discussed these all 7 important functions in meaning. Like first function is identifying, second function is measuring, third function is recording, fourth function is classifying, fifth function is summarizing, sixth function is analyzing and interpreting, and seventh function is communication of accounting information. If we executed these all 7 functions in a systematic manner by following rules and regulations that are given by Companies Act or that are given by professional bodies like Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, then we can easily communicate reliable and relevant information to stakeholders. So let us discuss about these all 7 functions along with examples. Yeah. Okay. So, so first function is identifying. What is the dictionary meaning of identifying? Identifying is nothing but finding. Identifying is nothing but determining. Identifying it is nothing but recognizing. See here, businessman, he will perform n number of functions, or you can say he will perform n number of transactions. He will undertake n number of activities. The thing is, all the activities may not be related to business. Some activities may be his personal or private activities or a transaction. So here identifying function, it states that we need to identify or we need to recognize the transactions that are related to business or that are to be recorded in the books of accounts of the business. That particular function is called as identifying. Identifying is nothing but recognizing, finding which transactions are to be recorded in the books of accounts of a company. We'll take some of the examples like assets purchased, raw materials purchased, salary paid, then telephone expenses paid, then house rent paid. House rent, is it a business expense? It is not a business expense. So what I am telling, there will be several functions which will be performed by accountants. Among those several functions or transactions, we need to choose those transactions which are pertaining to business, which are related to business. That particular function is called as what? It is called as identifying. They have purchased vehicle for domestic use. They have purchased vehicle for private use. Is it a business transaction? It is not a business transaction. It is a private transaction. So we should ignore those transactions. We need to choose only those transactions which are directly related to business. That particular function is called as what? It is called as identifying. Then second one is measuring. Second one is what? It is measuring. See here, there will be lots of activities which will take place in a day-to-day in day-to-day courses of the business. So all the activities we cannot measure in terms of money. Understood? Here, this particular function states that we need to express each and every events or transactions in terms of money. For example, salary paid, is it a complete transaction? No, it is not a complete transaction. We should add some monetary value to this particular activity. Then only it will become what? It will become transaction. So here measuring, this particular function deals with adding monetary values to the transaction. This particular function deals with expressing business transactions in terms of money. We need to express business transactions in terms of money. See here, you cannot record only assets purchased. How much we have paid for purchasing that asset, then only it will become what? It will become meaningful transaction. So we should add monetary values. We should express each and every business transactions in terms of money. That particular function is called as what? It is called as measuring. So identifying is nothing but recognizing the transactions that are related to business. Measuring is nothing but after recognizing transactions, we need to add some monetary values to those transactions. We need to express those transactions in terms of money. That one is called as what? That one is called as measuring. Yes, once you identified, once you measured that transaction in terms of money, then you will get a complete transaction. You will get a complete transaction. Then you need to record that particular transaction in the first book of account. In the first book of account, that particular book is called as journal. It is about recording. What is recording? Recording is nothing but entering the transactions in the books of account. We need to enter transactions in the books of account. Which book of account? There are several books. Like there is a book called journal, there is a book called ledger, then there are books called subsidiary books like purchases book, sales book, and all. So entering transactions in a prime book, that is in the first book, that particular book is called as journal. So here recording is nothing but entering business transactions in a concerned book. Concerned book is nothing but journal. Journal is known as a prime book. It is known as a book of original entry. So first we need to identify the transaction. Later we need to add some monetary value to that transaction. Later we should enter that particular transaction in concerned book of account. That concerned book is nothing but journal. That particular function is called as what? It is called as recording. Okay. The nature of journal is, the features of journal is, here every day we are going to record n number of transactions, n number of transactions, and we will perform thousands of transactions every day. That all thousand transactions will not be unique. Among those thousands of transactions, some transactions they will be similar in nature. For example, 200 times we sold goods in a month, and those all sales we won't record it in journal at one place only. They will appear at different places because it is a daily book, and on different dates different transactions are taken place, so they are appeared at different places in the book of journal. I am speaking about next function, that is classifying. Now what is classifying? Here I told you people what is the nature of journal. In the book of journal we are not going to record all similar kind of transactions at one place. So we need to perform one more function called as classifying in order to record all similar kind of transactions at one place. That particular function is called as classifying. What is classifying? Classifying is nothing but bringing together all similar kind of transactions at one place. It is nothing but we need to prepare appropriate ledger accounts. First we need to prepare journal. After preparing journal, we need to prepare ledger. That preparation of ledger account is called as what? It is called as classifying. See here, the 200 times you have sold goods in a month, and those sales transactions are not appeared at one place in the book of journal. They are appeared at different places in the book of journal, since they are taken place on a different dates. Now what we need to do? We need to bring all sales transactions at one place, and we need to record it under a particular head called sales account. Under a particular head called sales account. You can take one more example. We have paid salary to n number of people, and we have paid salary n number of times in a year. But all salary transactions are not appeared at one place in the book of journal. They have appeared at different places. Now what we need to do? We need to prepare a salary account, and we need to bring together all salary related transactions at one place. I mean, we need to record all salary related transactions under a account called salary account. This particular function is called as what? It is called as classifying. Classifying is nothing but bringing together all similar kind of transactions at one place, or in other words, grouping of those transactions under a appropriate head, under a appropriate head, like salary account, wages account, purchases account, sales account. In salary account, all salary related transactions to be recorded. In wages account, all wages related transactions to be recorded. In sales account, all sales related accounts to be recorded, transactions to be recorded. In purchases account, all purchases related transactions to be recorded. Understood? So we need to group the transactions which are similar in nature. Understood? That particular function is called as what? It is called as classifying. Then next function is a summarizing. See here, there are actually 5 phases in accounting cycle. First phase is business transaction. It is all about identifying and measuring. Then Third function is recording. Recording is nothing but preparation of journal. Then once you prepared journal, then you will go for next function called classifying. Classifying is nothing but preparation of ledger account. Once you prepared ledger account, then next function that you need to perform is summarizing. Summarizing is nothing but preparation of trial balance. Preparation of trial balance, meaning in classifying, you recorded all similar kind of transactions at one place. Now you need to summarize those accounts, like how much is the balance with salary account, how much is the balance with wages account, how much is the balance with purchases account, how much is the balance with sales account. Like this, you need to summarize. You need to determine the status of each and every ledger account, and with the help of those balances, you need to prepare a trial balance. That particular function is called as what? It is called as summarizing. What you need to do? You need to determine the status of each of the ledger accounts, and with the help of the balances of those ledger accounts, you need to prepare trial balance. That one is called as what? Summarizing. See here, every account that the format of account is in P form. Understood? And here left hand side is called as a debit side and right hand side is called as a credit side. And either account it will show debit balance, otherwise it will show credit balance. If the total of both the side is the same, at that time it won't show any debit and credit balances. At that time that particular account will get closed. Understood? So we need to determine the debit and credit balances of each and every ledger account, and with the help of those debit and credit balances, we need to prepare a trial balance. That particular function is called as what? It is called as summarizing. Understood? Yes. We'll proceed further with next function, that is analyzing and interpreting. Which one? Analyzing and interpreting. Yes. I told you people that there are 5 phases in accounting cycle. 5 phases in accounting cycle. The first phase is business transaction. Second phase is preparation of journal. Third phase is preparation of ledger account. Fourth phase, it is all about preparation of trial balance, and last phase it is all about preparation of final accounts of the company. And here final account, it includes trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So as I told you people, recording is deals with journal, classifying is deals with ledger, summarizing is deals with trial balance, and last one analysis and interpretation. I mean sixth one, it deals with preparation of final account. It is nothing but preparation of financial statement of the company. We are going to prepare 2 accounts and 1 statement. Those 2 accounts are, we are going to prepare trading account, later we are going to prepare profit and loss account, and finally we are going to prepare balance sheet of the company. So that particular function is called as what? It is called as analysis and interpretation. Once your trial balance is ready, you should refer that particular trial balance and you need to prepare financial statement of the company. Later you need to compare this year financial statement with those of previous year financial statement in order to draw some conclusion. Interpretation is nothing but drawing conclusion. How to draw the conclusion? Like this year profitability is 5% more than previous year profitability. This year sales are increased by 10% as compared to previous year sales. Like this, we are going to draw certain conclusion by comparing this year financial statement with those of previous year financial statement. That one is called as what? Analysis and interpretation. Analysis and interpretation is nothing but preparation of financial statement with the help of trial balance, later comparing those financial statement with those of previous year and drawing some meaningful conclusion. That one is called as what? That one is called as analysis and interpretation. Analysis and interpretation. Yes. Let us move to last function of accounting. Last function is what? It is all about communication of accounting information. See here, once you prepared financial statement, that is trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet, you need to present those statements and accounts before your stakeholders. How to present those statements? Either you can present those statements, or you can say you can communicate that information to your stakeholders through newspaper, or you can communicate it through your company website. I mean you can upload it on your company website. Otherwise you can publish your annual reports and you can send it to your stakeholders. That particular function is called as what? It is called as communicating. Communicating is nothing but it is a final function, it is a last function in the process of accounting information, where we are going to present the prepared financial statement before our stakeholders, where we are going to submit, or you can say where we are going to present, or you can say keep those statements before the stakeholders of the company. Understood? That particular function is called as what? It is called as communicating. Every stakeholder, they need information. They need information for taking one or other economic decision. Example, government need financial information. Why government need financial information? In order to collect tax. Employees need financial information. Why employees need financial information? In order to demand for bonus. In order to demand for bonus. And shareholders need accounting information. Why they need accounting information? Because their return, it depends upon the profitability of the company. For that purpose, they need accounting information. Even you can take example of banks. Banks need your financial information. Why they need your financial information? In order to provide financial assistance to your business, they need financial information or accounting information. So in order to provide that accounting information, that to reliable and relevant information, we need to practice accounting, and at that time we need to perform, or you can say we need to execute these seven important functions. So once again we'll recall these seven important functions. First one is identifying. It is nothing but you need to recognize the transactions that are related to business. You need to identify those transactions which are to be recorded in the books of accounts of a company. Then second one is measuring. Once you identified relevant transactions, I mean which are related to business, then you need to express those transactions in terms of money. You need to add some monetary value to those transactions. Then only they will become meaningful transactions or perfect transactions. So that particular function is called as measuring. Then next function is recording. Recording is nothing but once you measured, I mean once you expressed your business transactions in terms of money, then you need to enter that particular transaction in the book of prime entry, or you can say we need to enter it in the book of journal. That one is called as what? That one is called as recording. Then next function is what? Next function is classifying. As I told you people, in the book of journal, all similar kind of transactions will not appear at one place. They will appear at different places, since those transactions are taken place on a different date, on a different date. Now by preparing ledger account, we should bring all similar kind of transactions at one place. We need to group all similar kind of transactions under a particular head or under a appropriate ledger account. That particular function is called as classifying. The next one is summarizing. Once you prepared your ledger account, the task will not get over. What you need to do? You need to close those ledger accounts. You need to determine the balances of those ledger accounts. You should see whether that account is showing debit balance or it is showing credit balance. What you should see? You should check whether that account is showing debit balance or it is showing credit balance. After determining the balances of those ledger accounts, you need to transfer those balances to trial balance. Understood? You need to transfer the balances of ledger account to trial balance. That is fifth function, summarizing. Summarizing is nothing but determining the status of ledger account. And with the help of balances of ledger account, we need to prepare trial balance. Then sixth function is analysis and interpretation. This particular function, it deals with preparation of financial statement of the company, such as we need to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Later, after preparing these all financial statements, we need to compare those statements with previous year statements, and we need to draw some conclusion. That one is called as analysis and interpretation. Then last function is communicating. What is communicating? Communicating is nothing but presenting prepared financial statement before our stakeholders. We can send those statements, or you can say we have to send those statements to our shareholders. We should send it to management. Later we should send it to government. We should send it to our employees, and in certain rare cases even it will be sent to customers. even it will be sent to creditors. So we should send it to many people who are having association with the company. Understood? That particular function is called as what? It is called as communicating. So these 7 important functions are called as what? They are called as functions of accounting. Here you can see the process of accounting. This is called as accounting cycle. Here you can see these numbers. First and second function is deals with first phase of accounting, that is business transaction. You need to identify the transaction and you need to express that transaction in terms of money. Then it will become what? It will become a complete business transaction. Understood? So identifying and measuring are deals with business transaction. Once the business transaction is ready, I mean, if you added some monetary value to those transactions, then you can record it in the book of journal. See here, the third function is deals with what? Third function is deals with journal. That is nothing but recording transactions in the book of journal. And fourth function is nothing but classifying. It deals with preparation of which account? It deals with preparation of ledger account. And what is your fifth function? Fifth function is summarizing. It deals with what? It deals with preparation of trial balance. And what is your sixth function? Sixth function is analysis and interpretation. It deals with the preparation of final accounts. Once again I will repeat, first and second function such as identifying and measuring is deals with business transaction. Third function, that is recording, it deals with preparation of journal. Fourth function, that is classifying, it deals with preparation of ledger account. And fifth function, summarizing, it deals with preparation of trial balance. And our sixth function, it is analysis and interpretation. It deals with the preparation of final accounts of the company, such as preparation of trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Once these final accounts are ready, then we need to execute last function called communicating. Communicating is nothing but what? Communicating is nothing but presenting those financial statements before our stakeholders. Understood? This is all about what? Meaning of accounting and functions of accounting and process of accounting. At the same time, we discussed objectives of the accounting. Once again, I will repeat the meaning of accounting. It is a process of identifying, measuring, recording, then classifying, summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting, and communication of accounting information to stakeholders for helping them to take some economic decision. That particular process is called as accounting.